In April, I grossed $8,668 reselling on Poshmark and eBay. In today's videos, friends, I am going to be sharing with you my top 20 gross revenue performing brands on the platforms, and then I'll be sharing with you the top 5 brands, the actual items that sold that contributed to this. So hopefully it will help you guys have an idea of what to keep a lookout for. If you don't sell women's clothing, shoes, and purses, definitely check out my playlist above on how to look at Terapeak and figure out what is selling for you, or my playlist on how to make money reselling, because I teach you how to look at your numbers regardless of what you sell. We're going to quickly overview my numbers. I did a full video on this, so check out that video last week that I did going in depth into this, but $8,668 reselling on Poshmark and eBay. And friends, I only work 10 hours a week, including social media, so super stoked with that number. 271 items sold. If you're new to the channel, what we're looking at is the Sarah Style Sales and Trends dashboard. It's linked down below. It's a Google Sheet, a one-time purchase, and you put your information, you track your listings, what sold, what listings you have for sale, and you have access to this chart, the other chart I'm going to show you, and many more. So we're going to go ahead and head on over to my top 20 gross revenue brands. So what we're looking at here is, of all of the brands that I sold that contributed to that $8,600 for the month, these are the brands that made me the most money. And what we're looking at is your sell-through rate. So keep in mind, your sell-through rate is how many you sold out of how many you have for sale. 100% sell-through rate means you have sold 100% of that brand. Definitely something you're aiming for. 100% would be a killer sell-through rate. And then average sale prices. On average, how much is this brand selling for? So I'm going to go down through the line and tell you the top 20 gross revenue performing brands for me, and then we'll get a little bit more in depth into the top 5, sharing with you their sell-through rates and their average sale price. So the brands that made me the most money are Free People, Annie Bing, Birkenstock, Harley Davidson, Coach, Nike, Athleta, Victoria's Secrets, Crocs, Theory, Merrill, Dansko, Rebecca Taylor, Skechers, Lucky Brand, American Eagle, Fossil, Columbia, Mother, and Juicy Couture. Before we get into my top 20 gross revenue, or my top 5, I want to point out how many of those are actually mall brands. You can make money selling mall brand items. You don't have to only sell high-end luxury couture, fancy brands. American Eagle, Lucky Brand, Skechers, Fossil, Juicy Couture. A lot of those are kind of, lower end mall brands you can make money selling. So let's go ahead and look at my top performing brands. And how I'm going to tell this is the further up here it is, the better performer it is, meaning it has a high sell-through rate and a high average sale price. Those are my BOLO brands for the month of April. And up here, being at 100%, we have Annie Bing. I will show you guys, of these top brands, the actual items that contributed to these, so you have an idea of what to look for in these brands, because not everything's created equal within the brand. But an average sale price of $121. You can see I only have 2 of these available. They were new with tags, so that is going to push up the average sale price a little bit as well. The next one is Mother. I only had 1 Mother available, but definitely a BOLO brand if you guys see it. These are what I sold, and I'll show you in a minute. These sold for $96. They are new with tags, but 100% sell-through rate. Definitely be on the lookout. Juicy Couture. What's interesting is, don't buy everything from this brand. You're going to see the trend that is being picked up from this brand. 100% sell-through rate, average sale price of $29.76. Do keep in mind we're talking average sale price, so this is not taking out cost of goods and expenses and taxes and all of that. Strictly just average sale price. Fossil, $49 average sale price, sell-through rate of 66%. So of the 3 that I had, 2 of these sold this month. That's going to be 3. Go ahead and look at excuse me, Birkenstocks. If you're not new to reselling, this probably isn't super news to you, but Birkenstocks definitely does well. Average sale price of $78, a sell-through rate, so 42% of the Birkenstocks that I sold this month, or 42% of the Birkenstocks that I had sold this month. That's a killer sell-through rate. And how do you know what a good sell-through rate is? I've done lots of videos on it. I'm just going to quickly check in and say, compare it to my sell-through rate for the month. So 10% of my inventory sold for the month. 42% is significantly 4 times higher than my sell-through rate for the month. That's a killer sell-through rate. And then we're going to come down here and look at Harley Davidson. A lower sell-through rate of 33%, still 3 times my sell-through rate for the month, and an average sale price of $105. So let's go ahead and take a look at what sold this month contributing to these. Full disclosure, we're only looking at eBay, not because things didn't sell on Poshmark, but my Poshmark I could not get to pull up. To be honest, I spent about 5 minutes trying to get my sales to pull up, and it just was not happening. So it's similar type things are selling on Poshmark as well, but the only sales I'm going to be showing today is eBay, strictly because there was technical difficulties with Poshmark. That being said, the one mother thing that sold, since it's not on eBay, there was only one mother item that sold. It was a pair with new with tags jean shorts. I do have it on some of my other videos, my other what sold videos, so check it out if you want to see exactly what sold. But it was a pair of new with tag jean shorts by mother. All right, let's go ahead and look. Juicy Couture. I'm going to show this one, and then I'm going to show the other one. Can you tell what's selling? Juicy Couture is selling Y2K velour tracksuits. Check, I think the mom in Mean Girls, you know, definitely a high seller now, a high sell-through rate, a pretty good average sale price considering for what it is. This one was new with tags, but it was also girls, and it sold for $33. Annie Bing, so I had 2 of these. They were the same one, 2 of them. They both sold, I think my average sale price I told you was like $101. One of them I sent and it had a stain on it that was not disclosed, not because I was trying to do a once over on somebody, but because I'm a human being and mistakes happen. And so I gave them a partial refund back saying completely my fault. I'm not trying to get a once over on you. I have free returns. You're welcome to return her, or I can give you a 60% partial refund because that was not disclosed because I'm a human being. Birkenstocks. So these took a few months to sell, but they're sandals. So I knew as soon as sandal season came in, they would sell. They're virtually unworn, and they're really cool, pink, unique, glimmery, totally right up my alley. And then you have Birkenstock, mule, clogs. I think they're men's. You can see another pair of these. These ones were a little bit more tore up, but they still sold for $64, friends. I look at the bottoms, and you can see the bottoms when I'm buying shoes. That's the most important thing to me, is because it'll tell you how much they've been worn. The rest of it can usually be cleaned or is a little bit, you know, normal wear. But if the soles are completely destroyed, they've been worn too much that it's going to throw people off when they wear them. These were a little worn. You can see, let me click on it. You can see they're a little worn kind of up here and here, but you can still see a little bit of the pattern. And it was only in 2 places, but you can see that's why they sold for $64 as opposed to these ones. I actually took an offer for these ones for, I think, $85, but you can see these ones are not worn, right? None of that tracking has really been worn down. So those are in pretty good shape. Fossil is going to be purses, sold for $39. This Fossil purse actually is a return, so it hasn't been completely processed yet, but they did file for a return, so it did sell. It will sell again, so I had kept it in here. And then Harley Davidson, there was only one that sold in April on Poshmark or on eBay, so I can't show you the ones that sold on Poshmark like I said, but Harley Davidson, especially their leather, if it's a newer style, is definitely going to sell. Some of their older vintage stuff sells. New with tags, leather chaps, these actually sold for a offer of $165, but definitely contributed to my top brands. If you like this video, YouTube also thinks you'd like this video. I will link a playlist down here of how to make money reselling, and then make sure to hit that subscribe button to learn how to make money reselling on Poshmark and eBay.